Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Silas back again today. We got a lot to do today here at the yard. I got a bunch of cleanup stuff I want to get done, and then hopefully tomorrow we can get started on the farm cleanup. I don't know for sure if that's going to happen, but that's the game plan. But for today at least, I've got a bunch of stuff around here I got to get done. This is what I'm working on cleaning, is this area up here. Got a bunch of junk back here, some more junk on the ground, some stuff out front. So I'm going to get all that cleaned up because I believe I have this shop rented again already. Got the tire fixed on the loader, so it's ready to go for the farm cleanup. Got my trailer tire fixed. I got everything filled with fuel, so everything should be ready to go for tomorrow. But I'm going to go ahead and work to fill this up. That way I can load it up on the trailer, take it down, get it emptied. That way I'll have a nice big iron box if I happen to need it for something. That's pretty heavy, pretty loaded there. Skylar's going to run it down there for me so they can empty it out. And they'll bring the bed back and I can use it to fill it up with more junk later on. It's looking a lot better over here. Got a little bit of trash left. A little bit of metal left, not a whole lot. This little room here is clear full of metal. And I was going through this stuff over here and started scrapping it. I grabbed that barrel, knocked a hole in it, and it was clear full of brand new oil. So that was a bad deal. Luckily I made it over there to that bin. I'm glad that was sitting there and got most of it in there. Only spilled a tiny bit that I got to clean up. But some of the stuff, I started to grab this here. Then I realized what that is. That's a homemade target. Shoot these with your rifle. So I thought, that's kind of neat. I might keep that for myself. I got plenty of room out here. I got a big hill out back that they used to use for their backstop for their bullets. So I may take that out there and set it up. And then I've got this here. This is a pretty nice looking little tailgate off of an Avalanche. It's pretty good condition, so I'll probably try to sell that. Probably try to sell the barrel stand. That barrel's full of used oil. I'm going to give it away to my guy that takes my oil. There's a little bit of trash back here. There's a little bit of other stuff back here. There's a couple of axles down here that have electric brakes, 3,000 pound axles, and they look like they're in good condition. So I'm going to get those out. If they're not warped or something like that, I'll keep those. These stairs, I have those sold once I get them dug out, and then these trailer house axles are just scrap. So there's a little bit more back here yet I got to get out. A little bit of scrap back here in this corner, whatever that is. So I'll try to get most of this done yet today. Get all this knocked out. The guy that's written this said he would do the finish cleanup job, so I don't have to sweep it or nothing like that. He'll go through there, and he said he might want some of those. There's buckets of bolts and whatnot in here, and he said he might want some of that. So I told him he could have that, and whatever he doesn't want, I'll set a truck bed back here and he can throw in there. I'll move my old Thunderbird out back. The 57, I'm probably going to keep it up close to the front. That way nobody messes with it out back. I don't think they would anyway. Haven't had any problems with people messing with stuff out here. But the people in the house listen and they watch the place real good. One time I was filming my A Night in the Junkyard video, and I was way out back, filming like I am right now, talking on the phone. And I got a phone call from them, and they said, "Hey, we're hearing voices out back. You might want to come out here and check it out." And it was me. So I said, "No, it's just me." But I was way out back, so they watched the place really good for me. So that's nice. This truck here is junk. I got to take it out back. That truck, he just parked it here temporarily. He's going to come back later and get it and get his trailer out of here. The camper belongs to another guy. He's supposed to get that out of here last week. It's still here. So we'll figure that one out. Worst case scenario, it's not really in the way over there. I'll just kind of drag it up closer to the road. Then I got this stuff here. I had these recliners in the building. Somebody had to have them. And they said, just put them out on the porch and we'll come get them. So they've been sitting out here for 2 weeks. I'm going to come grab those here in a little bit. I may make a quick trip to the landfill, get rid of that table and these chairs. Before I can do much more though, I was all excited because I got things going on this loader here, but now my AC compressor started sticking on me. I'm not sure what's going on there, so I need to take this belt off of it so I don't blow it up. I swear, people when they design things don't care about the people that have to work on it. I have to take this fan shroud off in order to take the fan off in order to be able to get this belt off. And the way that works is there's bolts run through these into these little deals here, and these are kind of pressed in here. This is just fiberglass. I don't know whose idea it was to do that on fiberglass, but it just spins. On both of them on this side just spin. I have no clue how you're supposed to do that. You can't get a bolt, or a wrench I mean, to the other side to hold it in place, and that's just spinning. So I guess they expect you just to go ahead and cut a hole in the side of this so you can get to it. I don't really know. There's one down there and one up there. So I don't know what to do. I'm going to try to figure something out. But man, I hate working on equipment. Nothing to ruin your day worse than having to work on stuff. But you can't have somebody else work on it because it's a $300 service call and $150 an hour and a minimum of 2 hours. So it's extremely expensive for them to come out and do work on your equipment. So if it's something you can do at all, it's well worth your time to do it yourself, even if it takes you all day. Okay, so I give up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cutoff wheel and just cut a hole here in the side of it so I can get a wrench up in there on that and a wrench down there on that. And I don't think it'll hurt it to have a hole right there. It won't have quite a good airflow anymore, but if I have problems with overheating next summer, I can always just patch it back closed again with some fiberglass and some epoxy. So I don't know what else to do. I don't know why in the world they designed it this way. Dumbest design I've ever seen. Not the dumbest, but still pretty dumb. But it is what it is. Part of working on equipment. Okay, finally got it. I did not plan on spending half my day on this, but these are flat mount on the other side as well. They're just pressed in there, so there was no way of getting on them on the other side, so we didn't cut a hole in it or anything like that. On this, what we did was we took the cutoff saw, the grinder, and we just cut the heads off the bolts since they were already sticking out a little bit. Did that, and we just took the whole fan shroud off. That fan shroud doesn't do any good anyway, other than to keep stupid people from sticking their hands inside the fan blade. And I've never had the inclination to do that before, and I don't plan on doing it in the future. So I figure we don't really need that fan shroud on there anyway. So once it was gone, I was able to get the build off this. Still turns by hand, but you can hear it grinding in there a little bit, and it doesn't move very good. So I'm pretty sure it's just starting to go bad. Matter of time before it locks up all the way. But finally done with that. Sean left. Got everything on schedule to start at the farm cleanup tomorrow. The loader won't be able to get moved until later in the day. I'm going to take this one out there now that it's going again, and then I won't get a dumpster set out there for the scrap iron until the evening. But first thing in the morning, or maybe not first thing in the morning, but sometime mid-morning, first thing I'm going to do is we're going to drag a car out of the garage, and that way I have a place to put the skid steer. But it's a really cool car. You guys will really like that. That'll be its own separate video. So for now, what I'm going to do is I've got about another hour left in the day. I'm going to take the skid steer, and I'm going to go back here and try to get a bunch more of that stuff out from back there. went ahead and loaded it up on the trailer. That way it's ready to go for tomorrow. I'll chain it down tomorrow. Well, I'm about done for the day. I got everything gathered up, got everything ready for tomorrow. Got to take my tools home, charge the batteries, that sort of stuff. So I'm just kind of going out and looking around the yard. I am really shocked that these Skylarks didn't sell. I thought for sure somebody would jump on those. I had a million people message me about them, wanting to buy them, wanting to buy this one or that one. So I sent pictures to I don't know how many people, tons of people, and nobody came through and bought any of them. Kind of blows me away. But maybe someday somebody will buy them. If not, there's a lot of cool wall hangers there to cut those up. And there's another one there, that International truck. That was in a barn or a shed of sorts, and everybody wanted it, but nobody came through on it either. And that's why a lot of times I don't like to send pictures to people, because everybody asks for pictures of stuff. I send them pictures and nobody ever buys anything. What makes me different from a lot of scrappers though is that I actually like these old cars. I enjoy them, I enjoy being around them, I enjoy looking at them, so that's why we hang on to them. Most scrappers, they actually have a common sense, and so they look at their pocketbook and they say, you know what, I'm better off just crushing this stuff, and so they go to town crushing it. Then they don't have to worry about it. But me, I'm a little bit crazy. I like the things, so I hang on to them. Got quite a few cool ones in here. I know if I advertise them, they might sell, but man, it's just the amount of headache you have to deal with to advertise stuff. That truck there is actually sold, but the guy got sick and wasn't able to come get it. Now I'm getting ready to leave and go do a cleanup, so I have to wait a while on that. One of these days I need to get the excavator back here and tear that semi-trailer up. I organized a few of these trucks back here, lined them up a little bit better. There's the truck that we drug down the road. We got these back here. None of these are really worth anything, just wall art and odds and end parts. And they're kind of in the way where they were, so I just wheeled them back here. I've got room to put several more big trucks yet. I got this big pile of scrap back here. I need to get this cleaned up sometime. Just looks ugly back here. And I've got all this area back here that I could put cars in if I wanted to, but just really don't want to. Let's drive over here, see if we can still get through there. Yeah, I think we can. Off-roading. Normally I would do this in my Jeep. A little bit braver to take it in places, but we'll try the truck. Here's an old landfill area back here. They used to dump stuff back here for years and years and years. This pile of stuff's been here longer than I've been alive. Some of this is a little bit more recent. There used to be a bunch of cars back here, and the guy, as he was dragging the cars out to get rid of them, this has been a number of years ago now, but he'd clean them out and throw them all in this pile here and then take the cars on out. So that was nice of him. Yeah, I'm not going to quite be able to get back there, I don't think. Well, maybe. See if we can. See, this is the good thing about driving old, worn out, junk, rusty trucks, is you can drive through this type of stuff and not really care. Oh yeah, we got it. Adding a few scratches, but scratches won't hurt nothing. Yeah, this area back here was full of cars, and we actually wound up buying most of the cars for scrap, but there was a few of them he was keeping, so those are the ones he cleaned out. And then somewhere back in those trees is a bunch of old stuff. I don't remember exactly where it's at, but there's an old late 30s Ford truck, front clip, and some old farm equipment, and I'm not sure what else is back there, but there's a bunch of neat stuff. And then somewhere back in these trees, I found one time there's what's left of an old cab over. I don't remember if it was an International or a Dodge or Ford or what it was, but it was an old one out of the 40s. But it is rusted into the ground so far you can't even hardly tell what it is. And that's technically a road that goes back there to another clearing, kind of like that one we were just at. There's a bunch more old, just random junk back around there. Nothing really good though. Used to be a bunch of cars back there, but they cleaned all those out about 4 or 5 years ago. And this is where, once again, like I've mentioned before, I really need a brush hog for the skid steer. Then I can come into these little places like this and I can keep them cleaned out. Not that I'd ever want to put cars back there, but I've got a few just pure junk, rusty cars or shot up cars, that sort of stuff that'd be kind of neat just to take and put in those little places. That way every now and then when I felt like it, I could go hiking back there and look at them. Put the old Thunderbird back here. I figured I already got one back here. Might as well put them together. Good place for them. I got a bunch of junk through here. One of these days I'll gather up and crush. And I've got quite a few late model cars stacked up around here. Most of these are actually pretty well ready to go, other than aluminum wheels. And I don't think I drained the fluids out of most of these yet. I just cut the cats off and lined them up as they came in. And that's about all I've done to these. So I really need to go through these and finish processing them. I forgot to grab that transmission. I'll have to grab it some other time. But this is starting to look a lot better back here now. This is all swept up and cleaned up. I got most of the stuff from back there done. I got a little bit more I'll do later. I got some stuff in that building I got to get out anyway. But his son was working on this building here and he did a pretty good job. About got it done. Just a few odds and ends things left in here, then sweep it out. But they couldn't even hardly move around in here earlier. All these shelves were full and the floor was packed full, so he got quite a bit done. Lots of trash. A little bit of metal. I set that truck bed over there so we could throw the metal in it. And there's a little bit of stuff in here to clean out yet. Just odds and ends laying around. Not much. It's pretty well cleaned out. I really thought about it. I gave it a lot of consideration keeping this building here for myself. But you know, I never have time to work on nothing. And so none of my projects will ever get done anyway, so I might as well rent it out and take the money. But that's all for this one, guys. I'm going to go ahead and head out. The next vlog you see will be way more interesting than this one was. This is just kind of a what Silas doing today type of vlog again. I try to throw those in there. I don't always have a ton of super interesting stuff going on, so every now and then I just kind of film whatever I'm doing that day. But I mean it. My next vlog is going to be really, really cool. Probably one of my favorite ones yet, and I haven't even made it yet. That's how cool it's going to be. But I'll let you all go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. And remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.